Welcome to the reinvestment zone number 2 for the island. We can call the meeting to order. City Secretary Huerta, if you could please call the roll.
Chairman Dan Suckley.
Here.
Board members Roland Barrera is absent. Sylvia Campos.
He's here.
Oh, he's here? Okay. All right. Sylvia Campos. Brent Chesney. Mr. Chesney's planning to join us virtual, but I guess he's not on yet. Commissioner Joe Gonzalez is absent. Paulette Guajardo. Gil Hernandez. Here. Michael Hunter. Here. Jim Klein will be late, but he will be here. John Mattis is absent. Mike Pesley. Here. Everett Roy. Here. Connie Scott is absent. Okay, we do have a quorum present to conduct the meeting, and for the record, there's Mr. Barrera.
Thank you very much. Public comment. Is there anyone here that would like to make public comment this morning? Ms. Huerta, did we receive any written public comments?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Moving on to the minutes. Approval of the June 11th, 2024 TIRZ number 2 regular meeting minutes. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Motion to approve. Second. We have a first and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carries. E, financial report. TIRZ number 2 financial reports as of May 31st, 2024. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Before you are the financial, there's a TIRZ number 2 financial position as of May 31st, 2024. And we start with slide number 2. We have a beginning fund balance of about $14.2 million. For the year, as of May 31st, 2024, we have a total of about $6.2 million in revenues. Expenditures as of May include the professional services of about $5,166. We have $9.1 million transferred out to the capital improvement fund for TIRZ number 2. We have about $58,000 in administrative expenses, leaving a fund balance of about $11.3 million. For future years, we have about 31.8 committed of commitments to be paid, and we maintain a reserve of about $500,000. The next slide covers a listing of our TIRZ number 2 capital improvement program projects, budgets to expenditures as of May 31st. So overall, we have about $26.2 million of budget with $12.7 million spent as of May. This leaves a pending budget to be spent of about $13.6 million. As of May 31st, if you turn to the next page, we have our forecast of cash available for commitments as of May 31st. And we're forecasting revenues of about $6 million conservatively for the next fiscal years from 2025 through 2028. We have commitments from fiscal year 2026 of $13 million, $5.2 million, fiscal year 2027, and about $13.6 million in fiscal year 2028. We have recurring administrative and other expense of about $88,000 for future fiscal years. And so at the end of the day, you have cash available for commitments of about $22 million in 25, $15 million in 26, $15 million fiscal year 2027, and about $8 million left in fiscal year 2028. And the last slide here has a listing of our commitments, which amount to about $31.8 million. And with the largest here being Lake Padre, if you combined all 3 budgets or commitments, that's about $17.8 million. And that concludes the presentation. I'm available for any questions.
All right. Well, it appears we have no questions. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you much.
Moving on to the agenda items. Number 3, 24-1214, resolution approving the proposed fiscal year 2025 tax increment reinvestment zone number 2 operating budget. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Arturo Marquez, Economic Development Director. And we'll go ahead and get started. So one of the things I wanted to point out from previous presentations, I did want to just kind of give a reference to the location of the TIRZ and the boundaries. I know there was a slight modification recently, so I just wanted to point that out there for the public that are watching. If if you guys have any questions about the boundaries of any of the TIRZ, please reach out to the Economic Development Department, or they are located on the city website. So I just wanted to point that out real quickly before we move on. So the budget overview, we do have a total revenue, a starting fund balance of $10.7 million, with a revenue of 6.4 and expenditures of 11.3. So I'm going to dive in a little bit into the revenue and expenditures, and then a little bit deeper into the actual expenditures. So the revenue is 6.4, and that is divided into the three major agencies that provide input into it, being the city, the county, and the investment income. So out of the city is collecting 4.6. The county is bringing in 1.3. We do have some carryovers from the hospital district. Of course, they no longer participate, but there are some delinquencies that are still being collected, and the income is generating about $320,000 out of it. Are there any questions so far? No? Okay. Out of the expenses, this one is divided into two major sections, but I'll go a little bit deeper into the CIP portion. The activities, meaning operations and projects, is about $4.2 million, and the transfer to a CIP projects is $6.8, and we do have a transfer to general fund of $184,000. But I want to go a little bit deeper into the CIP portion of it. That one is divided into two major categories. One of them is the activities, and one of them is the CIP projects. The activities does have two line items on there, which is your administration Packery Channel maintenance of $250,000, your Briscoe King Pavilion project of about $4 million, bringing it up to 4.25, and your CIP projects, which is going to be your four major projects: your effluent waterline rehabilitation, your North Padre Island Paper Street, your North Padre Island seawall improvements, and your Packery Channel capital repairs, for a total of $6.8 million. Are there any questions on that? Questions?
Any questions? No questions at all? Commissioner or Board Member Chesney has joined us now. Any questions from anybody? All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yep.
If there's no questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve the budget as presented.
So moved. Second.
We have a first and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. No presentation items today, so there being no further business, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Good job. Good job.